Okay, you've heard me talk about sleep cream the last several weeks. Sleep is one of, if not the most important element in being able to function day to day. And most of us, including me, do not get enough quality sleep with the amount of daily stress or insane schedules that we're all keeping. Here's what I found to help me sleep better: sleep cream. It's not a drug, it's not a prescription, it's a cream. I just rub it on when I'm ready to turn in for the night, and within a few minutes, it helps me relax and allows my body to do what it is supposed to do: sleep. Take my word, I am sleeping great when I have time for it. Sleep cream is all natural CBD with essential oils and a great lavender scent that I can't recommend enough. Try sleep cream for a couple of nights and see if it works for you as well as it did for me. If you don't sleep better from using it, sleep cream will refund your purchase and you don't even have to return it. Totally risk-free. Go to sleepcream.com. That's sleepcream.com. CREME.com. And as a bonus, use code November24 at checkout to save $24 off your first order. That's November24, all one word, at checkout. Get your best sleep ever with Sleep Cream at sleepcream.com. Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining us right here for Lara Trump, wanted for questioning. Folks, this is the last one. This is it before this election. Oh my gosh, before we start, make sure you get out and vote if you haven't done it already. Take somebody to vote with you or take people to the polls. I don't care. We got to make it too big to rig. Here we go. First question. Question number 1, are you ready for the big day? I gotta tell you something. I've been ready for this day since January 20th, 2021, the day that my father-in-law flew for the last time on Air Force One down from Washington, D.C. to Palm Beach, Florida. We were all with him, all on the plane. We all went to dinner that night. And I knew after that dinner that Donald Trump was going to run again. Now, he hadn't announced it yet. He didn't tell anybody anything yet. Of course, we did that in, I think, November of 22. But it's really amazing that we're here 6 days out from this election. And I got to be honest, I kind of have mixed feelings about it because this has been our life. For 9 years, we've been really inundated in politics. And, you know, I think back to 2016, I was kind of thrust into this. I will say, tasked with winning my home state of North Carolina by my father-in-law, and got out on the campaign trail, had no idea what I was doing, had never done anything in politics, but I said, you know what? I know this man, and that's what I'm going to talk to people about, who he is, and share with them why I think he'd be a great president. And then after he got in office, I was a senior advisor for his campaign. He kind of wanted to keep the campaign going, so there were a small group of people who stayed on at the campaign. I was one of them and stayed there until 2020. And now I'm the co-chair of the Republican National Committee. And it's amazing because when your life has been, you know, so involved with politics for so long, and we've known since like I said, I knew the day that he came back down to Palm Beach, Florida, after he left office, that he was going to do it again. Like, this is it. This is the end. And I think what I often think about is the fact that this man changed the face of politics. Whether you like Donald Trump or not, you probably are paying attention to politics right now because of him. And politics were never the same after he came down that golden escalator in Trump Tower. And we've all lived through history over the past 9 years. It has been amazing. The Trump rallies you see out there, that is historic. I don't think we've ever seen somebody do something like he's been able to do now for 9 years, continually getting tens of thousands of people to wait hours on end to go see him at these rallies. People camp out overnight still to go do this. But this is it. This is the end of it. And I continue to believe that God spared his life in Butler, Pennsylvania for a reason. I continue to believe that he was made for such a time as this. I continue to believe that he will be our 47th president. But I'm going to operate over the next 6 days like we are so far behind and we have to catch up. And that's how we're going to win this election. Make sure you get out and vote, and make sure you take it in. I mean, really take it in over the next 6 days, because we're never going to see anything like this ever again in any of our lifetimes. There will never be another Donald Trump. There will never be anything like his Make America Great Again movement. There will never be someone who's so villainized and somebody who really has been attacked in the way that he has, and yet still fighting. And I am so honored to be part of this family, to be his daughter-in-law, to be the co-chair of the RNC. We've done everything possible to make sure this is a free, fair, and transparent election. I hope you've noticed we've really tried our best, and we're catching things as they happen. But you're never going to live through anything like this ever again. So take it in over the next 6 days. And if you haven't voted, you know what to do. Go do it. Vote early. Okay, next question. What's a long shot state that you think Trump has a chance of winning? There are a couple of them. If you paid any attention to my social media over the weekend, you may have noticed that on Saturday, I happened to be in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Why was I in Virginia? Oh, it's because Virginia is pretty tight between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. I think we could see something really huge happen in Virginia. You know, we added Virginia to our battleground map back when, remember the old days when Joe Biden was the candidate for the Democrats? Remember that? Yeah. Back in those days, we actually added it to our map because we saw really great polling like we'd never seen. I mean, in probably 2 decades for a Republican in the state of Virginia. Now, I'm going to give a shout out to Glenn Youngkin, the governor there, who I was with on Saturday. Great guy. He's doing an amazing job with that state. And Winsome Sears, his lieutenant governor, because that was a big shift for people in that state to vote for Republicans as governor and lieutenant governor of their state. To me, it indicates that people who maybe were bought into the nonsense and the lies, quite frankly, that the Democrats are spewing out there pretty constantly, they aren't bought in anymore because they can't afford to be bought in. Glenn Youngkin and Winsome Sears, I believe, were elected by parents, people who want to make sure that the life that they lived when they were growing up in this country is the same life their kids get to live. They wanted to make decisions on their own about what's best for their children and not have the government tell them what they should be deciding for their children. And so they said, enough of that. We're going to elect some Republicans at the top here and see how they do. And I think they've done a great job. So I'm going to go ahead and put Virginia on that map. Now, you may have noticed Donald Trump has visited some very interesting places. He's been in New Jersey. He was obviously in New York City. He was in the Bronx. He's been in Chicago. He's been in Detroit. I'm just saying, Donald Trump has gone to a lot of these places because he really does believe things might be looking good in some of these places that Republicans traditionally do not win. So pay attention, stay tuned, a lot more to come. I'm going to go ahead and put Virginia down as the one that I have my eye on as a state that we're going to flip. And by the way, a Republican has not won at the presidential level, the state of Virginia, since 2004. Okay. Going online without ExpressVPN is like leaving your laptop unattended at the coffee shop while you run to the bathroom. Most of the time, you're probably fine. But what if one day you come out of the bathroom and your laptop is gone? Every time you connect to a public Wi-Fi network, like in a cafe, hotel, airport, etc., your online data is not secure. Any hacker on the same network can gain access to and steal your personal data, passwords, bank logins, credit card details, etc. As a Trump, you need to take your online safety seriously. That's why I use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN stops hackers from stealing your data by creating a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. You just fire up the app on your phone, laptop, or tablet, click one button, and that's it. You're protected. It's easy to take your online safety for granted until it's too late. Being proactive can save you a lot of future upset and headaches. Secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/Trump. That's expressvpn.com/Trump. And you can get an extra 3 months for free. expressvpn.com/Trump. Far too many veterans who served our country honorably are now homeless or at risk of becoming homeless. Glenda Williams is a U.S. Army veteran who faced homelessness along with her 5 children. Glenda was struggling to keep up with her rent and basic living expenses. She lived in a dilapidated unit with rodents, mold, broken windows, and broken electrical appliances. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation Homeless Veterans Program provided Glenda with not just shelter, but also a safe and secure environment where she and her children could thrive. Glenda has since returned to school to pursue a degree, and her children are excelling in their studies. Imagine what it means to veterans like Glenda to know that people like you were there to make sure that she and her family had a safe and stable home and a solid foundation to build a new beginning. For Glenda's family and so many others like them, friends like you make all the difference. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at t2t.org. That's T2T.org. Next question. What do you think is the biggest issue with giving Kamala Harris 4 more years? How long is this show? How long do you guys want to hang out here? Because I got a lot. I mean, I think it's basic. We cannot go through another 4 years of what we've just lived through. And the scary thing with Kamala Harris is I actually kind of, in some ways, is this crazy? I kind of feel like Kamala Harris knows she's in way over her head. She has no idea what the heck she's doing there. She really doesn't believe she has what it takes to be president. And I think in some ways, like in the back of her mind, she's probably like, if Donald Trump wins, at least I don't have to deal with this because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Here's the thing with her, though, is if you go back and listen to her, and these are her own words. I'm not saying these. Kamala Harris said this. Some of her policies that she ran on when she ran in 2020 to be the nominee for the Democrats for president, these things are crazy. They are so far left. They're so radical. They're things that the American people don't agree on. Like, I don't know, giving sex change operations to illegal immigrants and criminals. That sounds like a great use of your taxpayer money. You know, look at the job she did with the southern border. Obviously, that's a problem. She wants to end the filibuster. I mean, just end it all. Don't worry about Congress really voting in the way that we traditionally have. Just end it so that you can pass anything you want and pass it into law. She's talked quite a bit about restructuring the Supreme Court, which is a really scary idea to a lot of people. These things would, as the Democrats have said they want to do, fundamentally transform America in the worst kind of way. So I think whenever you couple the fact that she seems like she doesn't know what the heck she's doing or how she ended up there, guess what, Kamala? Neither do we. This is a whole crazy bait and switch situation. But then you add to it the fact that she's advocated for some very radical policies and things that I think would make this country rather unrecognizable to people. That scares a lot of us. And that certainly scares me. And I'm voting for Donald Trump because I really liked the way things felt when Donald Trump was in office for 4 years. And for all the people who try to fearmonger about Donald Trump, he said, we remember, can't give him the nuclear codes. Remember that? Guess what? We didn't have a single new war when Donald Trump was in the White House. First president in 82 years to be able to say that. He had peace agreements, the Abraham Accords in the Middle East, instead of a war right now in the Middle East. We had peace talks with Kim Jong-un of North Korea to possibly denuclearize the Korean Peninsula. When you look back at how your life felt with this man in office, I don't care what you think of him. I don't care if you don't like the posts, the tweets, the whatever we call it, the X's, whatever we're calling the truths. You have to admit that your life felt better. You had more money in your pocket. We were a safer country. We did have a secure southern border. We had a robust military, and we had peace through strength. Those are things I want to have back. And I know that Kamala Harris cannot give those to us because we're living in Kamala Harris's America right now. And I don't like it. And I want my country back. And I think you do too. All right. Next question. Are the kids more excited for Election Day or Halloween? I'll be really honest. My kids have been hyped about Halloween for about 6 months right now. Yep. They are so excited about Halloween. Now, they're definitely excited about Election Day. They know something big is happening with Grandpa. They know that after Election Day, Mom and Dad will be around a lot more because I'm around all the time for my kids. This has been a lot for me, to be honest. The past several months, and certainly the past month and a half, has been absolutely crazy. And I can tell, I get my mom, God bless my mom. Thank you, Mom, for constantly coming to my house. My mom comes down a lot to stay with our kids because I just haven't been able to be around that much. And I'm very lucky that I have great help and people to help me with my kids, but nothing's like mom and nothing's like dad. And so I know they're excited to have a more normal, normal day-to-day life with mom and dad and us not running all over the place like lunatics. But yeah, Halloween probably has it for these two. I mean, first of all, you get candy. You kind of get to eat the candy as you get it. It's exciting. Now, here's the thing. My son has chosen, and I'm sure I'll post some photos, so just stay tuned. My son has chosen an outfit for himself. He's into Pokemon, wanted to be Pikachu. When we got this outfit, I ordered it like a month ago because he was so emphatic. We got to order Halloween outfits. I'm like, all right, fine. This thing was a little tight on him about a month ago. And anybody out there with a 6 or 7-year-old knows these kids grow very quickly. This thing is really, really tight. And he wore it for a little Halloween party the other night, and I had to wash it. I have not tried it on him since it came out of the dryer. I just hope it fits, quite frankly, for tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And my daughter, for I think it's the second, possibly third year running, is a rainbow kitty. Yeah, we're just not going outside of the box on that one. I don't know why. You could be literally anything you want in the world on Halloween. She's chosen a rainbow kitty again. Whatever makes him happy, that's what I'm here for. So we're all looking forward to both, obviously, in our family. Okay, final question. Final episode before Election Day. That's right. That's what we're at here. Electoral College vote total prediction. Oh, well, I've seen a lot of maps out there, and I'm going to go with 312 electoral votes for Donald J. Trump. I'm also going to say that he's going to win the popular vote. I'm just going to say this is going to be a historic, massive blowout election. Look, I keep comparing this election, I do it all the time, to Ronald Reagan's election back in 1980. And what I know is that people were not ready for what was about to happen. And all the pollsters got it wrong. They all thought that it was a very tight race and that it was going to be neck and neck up until Election Day. And Election Day came, and when it went, that map was bright red. And Ronald Reagan, you may remember, won the state of New York that election. Now, I'm saying anything is possible, and it's only possible if everybody watching this gets everyone they know out to vote. We make this election. That's it. I've worked really hard alongside Michael Watley, our chairman at the RNC, to make sure that your vote matters and your vote counts and that only legal votes are counted in this election. So get out and vote because you're going to make the difference. I think that we're poised for a really good night, but and I know when I think about it, I get like a pit in my stomach and I can't even go there right now. But 1 week from now, it's all going to be said and done. And people are like, oh, I see that it says it's going to be like a week or 2 weeks. Some places they're going to be counting the votes. Look, if it's big enough, we're not going to need that. Get out and vote. Make your voices heard. Make your vote matter. We get one of them as citizens of this country. And it's honestly, I think it's our duty, our civic duty to go vote in these elections. And don't go vote alone. Take a friend. Make sure that you get out and vote early if you can. But yeah, let's make sure that map is bright red. But I'm gonna go with 312. That'll be my prediction right now. And I love the poly market odds are Donald Trump is absolutely killing it in the poly market odds. So look, we'll take nothing for granted. We're going to, the next 6 days are going to be as though we're behind a lot. And they say we're neck and neck. So let's make sure it's not neck and neck on election night. Let's make sure it's a huge blowout, bright red map, a win for Donald Trump that's not even questionable, that doesn't go past 10 p.m. Let's wrap it up early. So it only happens if you get out and vote. All right, that's going to do it for us here at Lara Trump Wanted for Questioning. Thank you for these. A week from now, the next time we do this is going to be wild. Maybe you'll have even more interesting questions for me, like who is going to be in Donald Trump's cabinet when he's the 47th president. Oh, I love to say it, but I'll knock on wood right now. Thank you. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and follow. We'll see you back here next time for more. Nothing is worse than being on a phone call that drops. Nothing is worse than trying to text someone and you can't reach them because your phone is out of service range. And nothing is worse than supporting these major corporations and companies who don't support us. That is why I love Patriot Mobile. They are America's only Christian conservative wireless network. They use every cell tower out there available to all networks so that they have the greatest 4G and 5G coverage nationwide, and they support the causes that are important to us as conservatives. If you go today to patriotmobile.com/Lara Trump and use the promo code Trump, you will get free activation today. Again, that is patriotmobile.com/Lara Trump. The promo code is Trump for free activation so that you can get a great cell plan and feel good about doing it.